Oh yes, there's nothing quite like a yearly tradition to bring me back to a little bit of content generation. But with 2020 being the weird, strange, unorthodox mix of absurdness that it has been, I felt that it was only right to do a little bit of an unorthodox version of this video. So with that in mind... Oh yes, look at that. Could have a bunch of different colours going, but I think that'll be wrong for continuity, so I'll leave it on a nice, cool blue for us. So San Diego Comic-Con happened over the weekend. Well, kind of. It was very strange, and is quite on brand for 2020, really, that technically San Diego Comic-Con was cancelled this year. So instead, San Diego Comic-Con did Comic-Con at Home, which was a series of interviews, panels, and general live streams done through the medium of YouTube, which can only mean one thing. It's time for another edition of Drew's News! Let's get into it! So the first bit of news to come out of San Diego Comic-Con at Home was that The Boys has been renewed for Season 3 at Amazon, and they were even kind enough to give us an extended look at Season 2. Season 2 is due to drop on Amazon at around September 4th, which is good because that hasn't been pushed back yet. And this extended clip gave us a look at what is to come in Season 2, and it was equally as bizarre and outrageous as the first season has been, and in fact they've probably doubled down on that. Fox had a panel for The New Mutants, a film which has been delayed so much even before the pandemic hit. Practically to the point where it's an ongoing joke, and there's even skepticism among the fan base as to whether the film even exists, having been pushed back for over 2 whole years at this point. They have now released the first 5 minutes of the film for fans and given us a new trailer to look at before its release date on the 28th of August this year. Now, at the time of the panel, they have said they are going to stick to their August release date for this year. There are no plans currently of pushing it back. But this does come under the proviso that once Disney acquired Fox, it was their duty in their paperwork to release New Mutants in cinemas no matter what. Now, whether there's a clause in this paperwork as to the state of cinemas during a global pandemic, that has yet to be seen. Currently, though, there are plans to release The New Mutants in cinemas. This does come shortly after the reveal that The New Mutants was originally planned to be the first part of a horror-based mutant trilogy for Fox, culminating in an alien invasion storyline, which frankly would have been a breath of fresh air after the staleness that was X-Men Dark Phoenix. The less said on that, the better. So with New Mutants being the final foray for Fox in their mutant franchise, and after this, Disney fully regained control of the X-Men, what are your expectations for this film to be after so many delays? Rick and Morty Season 5 did also get announced over the weekend with a little bit of a pre-visualization clip from one of the first episodes of the new season, which rightfully got fans pretty excited. But this is also after Season 4 did take a little bit of time coming together. Now remember, the Rick and Morty producers are locked into a 70-episode deal now, so after the troubles of having Season 4 come together in the way that it did, hopefully those have all been ironed out for the future and Season 5 can get back to what fans expected. Zack Snyder did also give us a small teaser of the Snyder Cut of Justice League, which is due to be released on HBO Max at some point next year. This teaser came in the form of showing us a small clip of Superman in his black Superman outfit. Something that we were promised in the original cut of Justice League before Zack Snyder had to leave the project. This does also come with the news that all of the parts that Joss Whedon filmed in order to finish the Justice League project and have it released in cinemas are going to be completely wiped out. Now, how this is going to stand up with the expected runtime of the Snyder Cut being around 215 minutes with minimal extra filming needing to be done is a little bit of a mystery to us all. However, this is promised to land on HBO Max next year, and I'm sure we will have more details as well as a first look trailer for the Snyder Cut at DC's Fandome event happening later this year. Now, aside from any previous announcements that had been made earlier in the year, Marvel and Star Wars for Disney were both pretty quiet once again this year, and since there's no D23 Expo happening later this year, we can only expect that there aren't going to be explosions of big news, but rather trickles of rumours and trailers happening throughout the rest of the year, with any luck. That being said, we did have some expansion and some news on some previous announcements that did get clarified at San Diego Comic-Con at home over the weekend. We got a first look at a new Marvel series due to land on Disney Plus later this year called Marvel 616. Much in a similar vein to the One Day at Disney documentaries that have been airing on Disney Plus, Marvel 616 promises to take a look behind the scenes of Marvel Universe and take a look at the stories and lives of the creators of some of our favourite Marvel heroes and villains, perhaps. We also had an announcement that a new Disney Plus series for Star Wars is due to happen in the form of The Bad Batch. Yes, the fan favourite from the final series of Clone Wars will now get their own spin-off series exclusively for Disney Plus. Colour me excited. Now, unfortunately, while Disney have had to announce a bunch of pushbacks on projects for both Marvel and Star Wars, meaning that Black Widow is happening towards the end of the year and the Eternals aren't even coming out until next year now, we did get a couple of announcements on the rumour mill about the fabled Kenobi series for Disney Plus. Yes, it does look like some details are now coming a little bit more to light, especially with the announcement that Hayden Christensen is due to reprise his role as Anakin Skywalker in some form during the series. Now, if I was a skeptic, I would say that that's probably in the form of some kind of flashback, but I'm always up for being surprised by these things. Now, so as to not end on a complete downer about all of the pushbacks, cancellations, and general mess that has been the year of 2020, some bright news did happen over the weekend of San Diego Comic-Con at home. Bill and Ted Face the Music has been officially announced to be released this year in August, and we even got a second trailer for this film. Now, as well as being announced as having a cinematic release later in the year that they are going to stick to, it will also be available on video on demand, so you don't even need to leave your house if you don't want to enjoy the most excellentness of Bill S. Preston, Esquire, and Ted Theodore Logan. And from the new trailer, it looks like everything that we wanted from Bill and Ted Face the Music is there, and it's just something to bring a little bit of fun and brightness to your day. So if you haven't seen the new trailer for Bill and Ted Face the Music, do go and check that out. Or if you'd rather not have too much ruined for you before you have the choice to either go to a cinema and see it or stay and watch it from the comfort of your own home, then just be rest assured that it is going to be with you incredibly soon. And that about rounds it up for my yearly foray into Drew's news. So, what have you thought of this unorthodox version of San Diego Comic-Con? Would you like to see more panels broadcast via their YouTube channel? Or is the in-person Comic-Con experience just too much for you to resist? What did you think of some of the news to come out of San Diego Comic-Con at home? And is there anything that I have missed that you would like spoken about in a future video? All comments are welcome in the comments section below. Let's talk nerdy. As always, if you've enjoyed what you've seen here and you would like to see more from me, you can click right here to subscribe to this channel and see some more funky, fresh videos from yours truly. And until that point, I'm really enjoying this light setup. It might stay, it might not, we'll find out. Keep an eye out for Back to the Revuture, the podcast from me and Amber, coming out very soon. And until then, be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!